Look, it has come to my attention that Asian suppliers now are denying to sell to blacks. I told you guys for a fact that this boycott is going to cause a lot of havoc in the Asian community. Now, let me make this clear. You know for a fact that these Asians try to monopolize the Asian supply business, basically from hairs to nails to medicure, pedicures, those type of things I'm talking about, right? And with the boycott coming in, it has greatly affected our revenue. Now we've seen black entrepreneurs providing stuff for their own black communities. Also remember that most of these Asian shops are found in black communities as well, but blacks are now willing to actually patronize and support their own. And what happens is there's a rise of black entrepreneurs. Now, I definitely think this is what is happening because these Asian suppliers designed to sell to blacks are intentionally doing it to keep Asians in control of the business. In fact, the nail salons, those type of businesses in the United States. But guess what? It's blowing them completely up. In this video, I'm going to show you evidences. If you love content like this so far, please do also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is what I do, and please share my videos. And let me know why you subscribe to this channel in the comment section. It really warms my heart. Without any further ado, let's get into the clips.
He is now trying to add an amendment to the Asian hate bill to say that it's a hate crime to boycott Asian businesses. What? How the fuck are you going to make black people spend money with you? What stage of grief is this? Force? I find it funny that they're running to the white man to get the white man to force black people to do something, but you're not asking those same white men to patronize your businesses. Why is that?
This is not a smart move. So apparently the large Asian beauty suppliers, like the supply chains and whatnot, they're trying to counterattack the boycott by denying black business owners access to purchase goods. This is not smart. Like, do you realize, given the money that we have, we'll just go elsewhere. We'll just pay another country to create the goods for black people that are probably better for our health than the chemicals that we get from China. That wasn't smart. There's an entire beauty supply chain industry built around creating or manufacturing black beauty products in Asia. What do you think is going to happen to those companies over in China?
For a long time, Asians thought that absence wouldn't mean anything to them, but they forgot that we are at least 70% of those who actually make profitable businesses. And come to think of it, you cannot dare your own customers not to boycott you. I've always told lots of people, especially those watching my channel, I'm fully aware that most of them are black, but no race should ever dare us. Because I've seen a scenario where a black man dared his own people and we boycotted. Now, then come to think of the fact that you are just a stranger, you're coming into communities that are owned by black people, you're making profit, and then you're still maltreating these people, giving them some sort of attitude and expecting them to, and no, let me say this, I'm daring them to boycott your business and see if they're going to have a livelihood. Guess what? That is what you get. You just do not make theirs like that. Not to black people, not to my black folks, not to this community, never. And that's what is happening. Now, they are losing revenue. Our absence is now being felt not just in small parts, but across the continent. Because if you can tell you one thing, this idea of profiling blacks, this idea of treating blacks, maltreating blacks, is not just felt in one state or in one little community. It's felt across America. And that's why all of these have been happening. The boycott trend has been working, and it's no fluke, but it even gets better with these new clips.
Are the supply chain for beauty products if we decide to just get them elsewhere? Are they just going to continue to sell beauty products to Asian chains that aren't making any money or even able to sell them? Because why would those chains even buy any more product if they can't sell the product they've already got? Things are getting really interesting. And they don't realize they're supporting characters, not main characters. I mean, when it comes down to the products themselves, well, we can actually manufacture a lot of it, but we can also help the diaspora by allowing them to use our formulas in order to manufacture. You know, they like to talk about drug dealers and all that other shit a whole lot. So let's go with that for a second. What happens when the people you sell to find another supplier? You guys either have to take out that other supplier, if you can, or you're just going to sit on the drugs you've got because you can't sell them to anybody. And pretty soon you're going to get sick of sitting on all those surplus drugs, and you're going to have no choice but to sell them to the people who are asking for it. Right? Now, I say this, and I'm likening beauty products to drugs because beauty products are sort of addictive. They are. But what happens when we go, okay, you want to try to block us from having our own businesses by not allowing us into the supply chain? We'll just create our own supply chain. They're either going to have to go out of business or include us in the supply chain at the prices that they are including Asians in the supply chain. Hair, we'll talk to the Brazilians. The majority of Brazil are black of some kind. You think we can't just go directly to them to buy the hair? You think that China is going to be able to hold that back? They're not going to. They're an entire ocean away. We'll just talk to India directly. Y'all don't seem to know who y'all are fucking with, and this isn't smart. The reality is, y'all should have just been like, you know what? It's about time that they do support their own and create their own businesses and create their own way. It's about time. But instead of doing that, you guys are going to try to force us? Force us? I'm sorry, the last time anyone tried to force us to do anything, plantations burned. You really think you're gonna force us? No. This isn't smart. It's not smart. Good luck to them in this endeavor.
You know, there was always something unsettling, going into a black beauty supply store, looking for a lock cap, which I wear in a lot of my videos, and seeing an Asian guy behind the counter just hounding me the whole time, right? Like just like eyeing me like a hawk, making sure I don't steal anything or something. And disclaimer, this is not all Asian people. Like, I hate that I have to do disclaimers in every video, but unfortunately people just, they're going to be like, what, you think all Asians are like that? Relax yourself, bro. But there was something odd about going to what is supposed to be a black space and seeing like a non-black person monitoring. Like I'm just like, what? And not every interaction we had was negative, right? Sometimes it was positive, but there were times when you could tell that this person was like actively uncomfortable being there, which I found weird. It's like, why do you have a business in a black neighborhood if you're uncomfortable around black people? Why have a business where a lot of your clientele are black people if you're uncomfortable with black people, right? That's something I never understood growing up. And I understand a bit of the history of why this came to be, but it's like, at some point, why did you not just go and get like an Asian beauty supply store and get your own clientele if you're this uncomfortable around black people, right? If you're worried about black people stealing, it's like, why continue to do this? That's the part that didn't make sense to me. So when people are saying boycott Asian businesses, it has nothing to do with hate for Asian people. It's just, well, why would I want to go shop somewhere where the owner is uncomfortable with me being there? It's like,
other beauty supply stores in her area. And the allegations are those stores said no.
So I did not know that in order to own a beauty supply store and get supplies from a distributor, you have to get the permission of other beauty supply stores surrounding your area. I did not know that. And what she was saying was a lady named Matisse was trying to start a black-owned beauty supply store, but she could not get the distributors to give her products because all the Asian beauty supply stores said no. So you have to get the permission of all the surrounding beauty supply stores in order to get products from the distributor, which I knew because I figured something was wrong every time a black person tried to open up a beauty supply store. What kind of law is that you got to get the approval of all the surrounding beauty supply stores? So that's like a monopoly. So the Asian beauty supply stores have a monopoly in our neighborhood where we can't open up a beauty supply store and get supplies from the distributor because they are saying no, but yet you keep going buying your products from Asian beauty supply stores. Yet you keep going buying your products and food from Asian markets. This is why we can't get anything. And they're in our area. How the audacity of them to say no. But I tell you what, if we stop shopping with them, we can dry them up. There will be no Asian beauty supply stores in the area to ask. But see, we need to get on one accord. That's where we start doing the supporting the black businesses only. And I mean only. That's where we need to start doing group economics with our people only. They are holding us back. And see, what they say, there's no systematic racism. But to me, if you're in my community, surrounding my community as well, and I have to ask you to use the distributor that everybody else is using in order to fund and to fill my beauty supply store, even though I still got to pay for those products. It's not free. You're still paying for the products from the distributor. So it's not like they're giving you anything. All they're doing is saying, okay, you can use the distributor. But without their okay, you cannot use the distributor. That's why when we do open beauty supply stores, it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars out of our pocket because we can't get that wholesale price that they're getting. And then we keep going there buying stuff from them because their stuff is cheaper. Their stuff is cheaper because they're using a distributor that they won't allow black people to use, and they're in our communities. The audacity. How? And how are we not boycotting these Asian-owned beauty supply stores? They don't care about us. They don't support our community. They don't put anything back into our community. And they blocking us from using the distributor. And they're keeping us from starting these businesses in our own community. You really done had it, huh? It's time to boycott all Asian businesses. I keep telling y'all, the Arabs, the Albanians, the Chaldeans, the Mexicans, the Asians, especially the white people. Man, these people don't care about us. They're not gonna help you use their distributors and their suppliers to be their competition. But yet, how many Asian stores are around? How many Arabic stores are around? How many Mexican stores are around using the same distributor? But soon as a black-owned business come along and say, hey, I need to use these same distributors in order to get the wholesale prices so I can open my store, they say no in our neighborhood. Are you going to keep supporting people who are blocking your people from owning their own stores? Are you going to keep supporting this? Come on now. We got to find a way to bypass all these Asian markets, all these Arabic markets, all these Chaldean markets, all these Albanian markets, all these Mexican markets. Because you know what? While we sitting here watching them grow, while we're sitting here supporting their kids and sending them to college, while we're sitting here patronizing their businesses, they're blocking ours. What a way to say thank you to the black community. SMH, Farm Girl out.
What it do, y'all? So yeah, word on the street is that the large Asian beauty supply chains, they gonna start blocking a lot of us indigenous individuals from owning our own business, you know, by not selling us the supplies that we need. But that's cool. That's all right. I mean, there's other supply chains, and we can make our own product. And when it comes down to the hair and all that, listen.
The Asian community is making a mistake trying to block black businesses, and it's gonna cost them a lot. This move was taken straight out of Donald Trump's playbook, and it's a terrible one. Stick with me, y'all, because if the Asian suppliers won't sell, they will suffer the same fate as the U.S. soybean farmers. Let's talk about it. In 2017, the United States slapped tariffs on Chinese imports as a result of the trade war. China at the time was the world's largest consumer of soybeans, buying roughly 60% of all U.S. soybeans. But in July 2018, China placed a 25% retaliatory tariff on U.S. soybeans, making U.S. soybeans the most expensive soybeans to buy in China. So the Chinese didn't buy from the U.S. farmers, and the U.S. farmers had to find other buyers like Mexico, Egypt, and the EU. But they had to sell it at a discount as low as 24% off, and the U.S. government had to bail out the soybean farmers, giving them $23 billion. But long term, this cooked the U.S. farmers because China stopped buying from them. They bought from Brazil instead. So you see, deals were made, and China may never rely on the U.S. soybean market like they did in the past. In this case, the Asian community is the U.S., and in a weird way, the black community in this situation, well, we're China. See, we've got money, so you don't have to supply us the stuff, but as businesses go and find suppliers who will, just know they're never coming back. And you see, this was always the goal. You guys are just speeding up the timeline. And once again, this isn't about race. This is about economics. Most blacks don't have hate against any race. We just know you don't like us, and we don't want to spend money where we're not liked. That goes for all races and people who don't like us. So this isn't personal. This is business. I'm out.
So this Asian guy goes off on black people and actually challenges black people, you know, to actually, you know, go out and go ahead and do a boycott. But check this out, right? So that Asian man put out a challenge to black people to go ahead and boycott Asian businesses. He asked us to go out our way to go ahead and boycott Asian businesses. And it's really not a problem. You see, the thing is, a lot of these Asians is getting on this app talking about how much they don't need us and how much they don't need our money. So why are you so much in our hoods then? Why are you everywhere but your own neighborhoods, right? Why don't you go ahead, you know, and pack up your little, you know, nail salons, your little restaurants and all that, and everything that you got going on? Why don't you go ahead and pack up all your businesses and get up out of our hood? See, the fact of the matter is that you guys need us. We don't need y'all. You guys need us. We don't need y'all. You ain't never seen a Jamaican restaurant, Haitian restaurant, Black American soul food restaurant in Little China or any Asian community. You guys don't support anything we do. You guys don't support none of our businesses. I ain't never seen Asians walk into a black establishment to actually purchase anything, to actually pay for anything. Actually walk into a black establishment and actually spend money with black people. I ain't never seen Asian people do it. So how you gonna sit here and act like, oh, we don't need you. Yeah, y'all need us. The whole world need us. We don't need y'all. We put food in your baby's stomach. Every time we spend our hard-earned money, every time we spend our dollars in your establishment, those dollars are taken out of circulation from our community and is sent to your child. We put food in your children's mouth. You guys don't put food in our children's mouth. We feed your children. You need us. We don't need y'all. You guys don't support us for anything, and guess what? We're still good. We still good. Our kids still eat. We still look good. Our kids still go to school. We got black excellence all around us. But you guys want to highlight the worst of us and plaster it all over the media, all over the world, so you can participate in this little white supremacy game. See, the truth of the matter is that All these nationalities that be coming up around us know that black people is under economic attack. They know that black people is under economic attack, economic oppression, that there's an economic warfare that's going on against black people. So you know what they do? They take advantage of that. They come into our communities, they live among us, they stay among us, you know what I mean? They open up their businesses, they make money from us, then talk behind us behind our backs. Talk behind us behind our backs. They participate in our oppression with white supremacy, but try to stay quiet and act like they not. Come on. Y'all need us. We don't break bread. Y'all don't break bread with us. We break bread with y'all, and we still good. We feed y'all children. When a sister goes get her nails done in an Asian restaurant, she's literally putting a spoon in your baby's mouth back in Asia. Let's be real. Y'all don't break bread with us. Whatever we say is hot. We make the culture here, and we the ones who's buying. We have the buying power. We the ones who said, hey, Mercedes-Benz is hot. Benz is hot because we said it's hot. Jordan is hot. We said it's hot. Nike's hot because we said it's hot. It ain't y'all. Nobody ain't following y'all. Y'all following us. And it's not just the Asians. I'm not talking about all the Asians, but a lot of them. But it's not just them. It's all these other nationalities, the Arabs, the Indians, all these people. You go into a black mall, right? All these Arabs are in there. All these Indians are in there selling jewelry. I want to challenge y'all. Go around, you know what I'm saying, where they selling jewelry at, and ask them, yo, who's your supplier? I went to a mall, I went to like 5, 6, 7 jewelers. Who's your supplier? Who's your supplier? Who supplies you with jewelry? I asked one jeweler, his eyes was like, couldn't believe it. Because they only come here to sell to us. They ain't trying to collaborate, they ain't trying to do business with us, and they trying to gatekeep whatever they got going on to keep us out. But they'll take your money, then turn around and talk shit about you. Turn around and come on the internet and say that we're begging for scraps and for reparations because they scared. Because they scared. Because they know that the day that comes, when we get paid, when we get our money, when we get paid, we ain't gonna need nothing. We ain't gonna need nobody for nothing, especially them. They're leeches. Come in our neighborhoods, take our money, exploit the racist system that is pointing against us, then act like they not, oh, we don't participate in racism, but in your household talking mad smack about us. But see us and smile in our faces, just to get some money, just to get a dollar bill. And then they pack up and they go to sub-Saharan Africa. They go into Africa right now, they do the same exact thing. Let me tell you something too, that Asian dude, the Asian lady in China Mac. The only reason, listen to this, the only reason why China is even a superpower today is because the Europeans allowed it. Okay? Because all of the raw material that is pulled out of Africa is sent to China for processing and manufacturing. That was done deliberately just to keep manufacturing out of Africa. Because they didn't want Africa to become what China is. Africa could become what China is in about 5 to 10 years if they can get into the manufacturing game. But they purposely make sure all the raw material. Come on, man, I know this. And they mad right now. You know why they mad? Because we waking up. We waking up. We waking up. That's why they upset. Black love is coming back. Black pride is coming back. We a monster to deal with. And when we fully wake back up, trust me, a lot of people's gonna starve.
I saw this thing online of how the black people are not going to these salons or this. They are seriously boycotting these Asian people. We are not funding them anymore. It's empty. Look at this. I thought it was a joke. Ain't nobody in there. Wow. Look at this. They are not playing. Talking all of that shit about the niggas, and the niggas ain't going in there to buy you nothing. Wow, I thought it was a joke, but they are not playing with these Asian people. Ain't nobody in there. Saying they don't need the black dollar.
I just seen this Asian dude say they need to make 14 to 16,000 at his restaurant in the next 2 days.
Damn, that's
or his ass is going out of business. You feel me? Niggas is borrowing money to make payroll. Yeah, I know. 4,500 every 2 weeks.
It happens.
I know. Still got rent. Still got car notes. Still got a whole lot of them bills is piling up. Them bills is piling up. Did I not say this? What happened weeks ago? I did. I love to see it. I love to see it. I'm not saying I love to see them struggling and shit. They people should be supporting their people. You feel me?
Facts. I agree with
Meanwhile, black business is booming. Booming. I'm seeing hella people saying that their business has been doing numbers in the black community. You feel me? I said that income was gonna drop, and it did. It's basically non-existent. Can't even make payroll. This is going out of business. But yeah, I love to see my people say they gonna do some shit and actually do that shit. Ooh, it feels amazing.
As a business owner, I hate to see any business suffer. Let me say that, because I know how hard it is, and I know how much money you have to put into your business to get it out the ground. For the first few years, you're going to take losses. You know what I mean? So when you finally get a point where your business is making money, you're happy, you're excited. It's like a dream come true. In this case here, with the Rick Child incident with the Asians having to go, a lot of Asian mom and pop Asians going out of business, I don't even think it was the Rick Child verdict that really did it then. You know, although a lot of black folk were disappointed in that verdict with Rick Child and Cyrus Belton, Carmack Belton, I think what really did a lot of the Asian businesses in was when the lady and the guy came out and they pretty much threatened and doubled down on some stuff. And they challenged black community. And then the black community was like, okay, we'll show you how our ancestors did with the Montgomery boycott. And so that's what's going on right now in the Asian community. And a lot of people a lot of these Asian restaurants Asian business that was month to month can't make payroll and can't make rent, and they are starting to go out of business. I saw 3 within probably a 10-mile radius of my home that went out of business. So it is what it is. But like I said, I hate to see any business go out of business knowing you can put your lifelong blood, sweat, and tears in it to get that business up. But it is what it is. Let's move to the next one.
Yo, the boycott for the Asian businesses is really happening, y'all. When I tell y'all, even in Metro Detroit, Hazel Park, East Point, the nail shops are empty. Ain't no black women in them shits. The boycott going down, y'all.
Hey, come to think of it, these Asian stores are empty, and you know what is going to actually happen? They are going to go back to the Asian suppliers and tell them, oh, we can't sell our products. Guess what? You need to stop selling to the black-owned entrepreneurs because we can't sell our products. In fact, we are relatives. Now, I understand the fact that I've seen a couple of creators, let me say this, I've seen a couple of creators come on and like, I'm not, that guy was Chinese, that guy was Vietnamese, this guy was Asian. Like trying to, not Asians, trying to like separate themselves and all the likes. The truth is this. If I walk up to you as a black man without speaking to you, judge you watching me, are you going to know where I'm from? I guess the answer is no. Why so? Because you just judge us based on our looks, color, and that's it. You don't care whether this is from Jamaica, you don't care whether this is from Africa, you don't care. It's just a black man and you just treat them like that, right? It's obvious. Now, the trend of Asian suppliers trying to deny black is not going to work for long because these Asian suppliers need our black dollar and they're making goods cheap for us. We're sourcing it directly and we're selling directly to our own people. And guess what? That dollar stays. There's a statistics that says Asians keep at least $1. The dollar stays within an Asian community for at least 28 hours. And within a black man, it stays for at least, I think it's an hour, right? But that is going to change with this latest boycott. What are your thoughts about watching this, guys? Thank you for watching. If you love content like this, please do go to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.